Very brief, because I want to introduce really the person who is responsible for bringing the policy council on my team to a new height. And we're so excited about the campaign. This is her brainchild. And I'm so proud of Ashley Landis. Let's give her a hand. And that's my job, which is probably the best job of the evening, to introduce her. Ms. Ashley. Not for another hand, one more hand.
Most of you have heard me speak before, and so I'm not sure that I really need this microphone. Okay, it's going to be really hard to talk softly, so I'll try. Thank you all so much. You know what? This is a good week to celebrate capitalism. 20 years ago this week, the Berlin Wall came down. That wall was put up for one reason, and that was to oppress people and keep them bound to feeding the power of tyrants. That's why the wall was built. And you know, the wall came down in no small part thanks to an American president who had a united nation behind him across party lines when he said, "Tear down that wall." You know, I read somewhere that some of President Reagan's advisors suggested he take that line out of his speech. Can you just hear the political consultants turned bureaucrat saying, you know, Mr. President, listen, we're with you. We love that stuff, but I think you should tone it down a little bit. Keep it a little more positive. Let's take that line out. But you know what? Ronald Reagan was not one to be quiet. And we are grateful to him for that. And you know, I think in the end, truth is not always positive. And you know what? There's no way to spin the Berlin Wall. There was no way to spin an electric, a guarded, a full-on concrete structure designed to oppress freedom. There is no way to spin that positively. Sometimes truth cannot be spun. Sometimes it just has to be told. And you know, the positive is not always in what we see, but often in what we can become and can do. And America has always been the place where what can be is. And South Carolina has always been a state that has stood well for the principles of American democracy. And by the way, this is a state that has disproportionately served its military and its country, and that is one of the highest charitable giving states in the nation. You know what? That is the positive. That's who we are. And the positive is what we can do when we are allowed to do it ourselves. It comes down to this. Either a group of politicians will decide things for you, or you will decide them for yourself. It is never both together. It is one or the other when it comes to the things they're doing these days. So, free people do amazing things. The free market is an amazing thing. And if you look around the room tonight, and I know that I've asked all of you to look at the posters, this is capitalism. Capitalism is not about greed. And you know what? It is not always just about money. Capitalism is about quality of life. Capitalism is about happiness and the pursuit thereof. That is what capitalism is. And it's unfortunate that it's gotten a bad name. But the opposite of capitalism is repression and tyranny. And it leads to frantic people waving to their families over a wall, waking up the next morning and realizing they can't go to work or see their loved ones cross that wall anymore. It came down in one night when they rushed, and you all remember that, most of you, some of you may not. But I do. But what is really astonishing is the idea, not that they tore it down, but that they ever put it up. How could millions of people have willingly let a few tyrants build that wall? How could they have gotten to that place? And I contend that a lot of it is simply fear, being tired, being frustrated, and just deciding, let someone else do it for us. And I believe that here in South Carolina right now, that is how a lot of folks feel. But you know what? Everything good that has ever happened has been when truth was revealed. And it is our job to reveal the truth and to talk about what free people can do instead of what politicians can do for them. So, we wanted to capture a little bit of that tonight, capture that message. And that's not an easy thing, to take that and give it to you. But we've taken a shot at it, and as always, when we do really great things, we look to smart, talented people to help us, like Tara Gerard and her team at Soiree, who did this tonight, an amazing party. And by the way, Tara and Soiree donated their services tonight so that we could do this together because they believe in what we do. Thank you. We got a pretty smart advertising agency behind us. Ron Huey and Partners did a lot of what you see. They did this. A person read Unleashing Capitalism, looked at it, and this is what he took away about capitalism. I've seen that. Mad Monkey here in Columbia, and a friend of mine, an award-winning fiction writer, a South Carolina public school teacher, and a former ad agency exec, who, on top of teaching high school students to write, took some time to help us develop this message tonight and the vision behind it. Scott Gould, thank you.